Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching the Brand New Media show today. I have with me today a couple of guests. We're going to start off with Miss Suzanne Gibson. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brenda. Glad to be here.
So she's going to tell us on some things that's going to go on here this weekend. She's with the Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce here in Tennessee.
Yes.
And she's over the Women Connection Expo. Is that right?
That's correct, Brenda.
So elaborate a little on the Women Connection Expo.
Okay, well, we started our expo about 4 years ago, and it started off as a luncheon, and it was a one-day event. Started growing. We had some vendors there, but last year we expanded it a little bit more. We rebranded it, and we came up with the Women's Connection Luncheon and Expo because we just think there's such a great opportunity out there for women. We wanted them to come together for a day, support each other, just be invigorated, be inspired, pampered, just enjoy some time together. And so we came up with the Women's Connection Luncheon and Expo. Last year it was at the Racquet Club. This year we've moved it to a two-day event, and it's at the Agri Center. We got a lot of feedback last year that people really loved the event.
Okay.
But they said it was too short to get all their shopping in. So the vendors and the attendees wanted to see it as a two-day event. So this year we're December 7th and 8th, Friday and Saturday, this Friday and Saturday at the Agri Center.
Okay, so what's the time?
So the show opens at 9 o'clock on
Okay.
Friday, and it closes at 6 p.m. on Friday. Saturday it opens again at 9 a.m. and it ends at 5 p.m. on Saturday.
Okay. Now, let's elaborate on some of your vendors. I know my audience probably would like to know, like, some of your vendors that you'll be having at the expo this year.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I want to thank our sponsors, and we've got 4 amazing sponsors. It's First South Financial, St. Francis Hospital, Methodist North, they're here with us today, and AT&T. So we couldn't do that without them. They're here and they're very supportive of women in the community. So we're just thankful for them. And then we've got some amazing vendors that will be there. Everything from essential oils to some awesome clothing vendors. You can
I
get
love oil. I love
Yes.
fragrance.
Oh,
Suzanne.
yes. Oh, yes. And also, they're very healing, and
Okay.
the people there that are promoting them know a lot about, different scents to use that can smell beautiful, but they're also healing. So that's very interesting. We've got some fabulous jewelry vendors there. But just a whole array, a great way to come do your holiday shopping and also bond with your friends and your coworkers.
Very nice. Now, you have some entertaining there also, right?
We do. So the luncheon is on Friday, and it opens at 11:30. It'll be over at 1.
Okay.
Very excited. We've got Coach Melissa McFerrin there. She's the head basketball coach
Yay.
from the University of Memphis.
Yes.
Very dynamic woman, great speaker. She knows how to coach women, and she's been doing it for years. She actually played basketball in college at the University of Missouri.
Okay.
So she's an athlete herself, very driven woman, and is just great at helping other women succeed too. So she was a natural fit for our luncheon. And then we also have Amy Spiropoulos there. She's our host,
Yes.
our MC. She's from Memphis Live, Channel 24.
Yes.
And then we have our awesome Joyce Cobb, who's a nationally acclaimed jazz singer.
Yes.
From
I love
Memphis.
Joyce. Yes.
Yes.
Love her music.
Yes, so she came last year and she stole the show.
She stole the show.
She did. And Amy was there. Amy's amazing too. She's
Yes.
just a lot of fun.
Yes, she is.
It'll
Yeah.
be a great time. I hope everyone will join us for the luncheon and then stick around and shop and even come back on Saturday. Our sponsors will be there talking on different topics every hour. Everything. I know Methodist North is talking about diabetes and St. Francis has an array of speakers. First South is going to help you get financially fit and just clean up your credit. They've got all kinds of things to teach us.
Awesome.
And AT&T is doing some empowerment speaking for women as well. And then we've got Sarah Chevrolet. I'm sorry, I think I forgot to mention them. But they are there, and they're going to teach us some tips about our cars. Sarah's actually going to have 3 cars in the expo, so we can see some of their fantastic new models they're coming out with.
Okay, very well.
Yes.
Suzanne, do you think that the women are growing apart, or do you think that we're getting closer when it comes to networking?
Well, I think women always have a need to network, and we are very community by nature oriented. So I think we get very busy in our lives. I know sometimes I don't see my friends as much as I'd like to, and even certain coworkers. It's hard. We get tugged a lot of ways. I think by nature we crave that. Do we always have the time? I think it gets harder and harder sometimes. We're just pulled in so many different directions. They say technology makes things easier, but I think we all probably admit it probably takes us apart too as well. 'Cause
Yes.
we're distracted.
Because we need that one-on-one
Yes.
contact with each other, that connection.
Yes.
So I am really, really happy about your event. We
Thank
need
you.
that.
I think so.
We definitely need that. And you mentioned First South and Methodist. We also have them on the show today. So thank you very much. And we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're going to continue our conversation with Miss Suzanne Gibson with the Bartlett Area Chambers here in Tennessee. Welcome back, Miss Gibson. And I know you want to elaborate a little on the Bartlett Area Chamber and exactly what you do there.
Thank you, Brenda. Well, we just feel very fortunate as a chamber because our job is an amazing job, I think, every day. What we're there to do is really support economic development, help businesses thrive and grow, and that's really what we do day to day. A lot of people know of chambers because we put on events. We do galas. We're doing the Women's Connection. We do another business expo in the spring. We do golf tournaments. But that's really a small portion of what we do. It's necessary for us to raise funds so that we can keep our doors open.
Yes.
But, day to day, it really is helping businesses in the community.
So that's your day-to-day role on focusing on the business here and to help the business grow.
Yes, Brenda. So, so we are a member organization, and day to day, I would say daily, I have members call me. I help them in different ways to market themselves. We've got a lot of different ways as a member that we can help you get your message out from a marketing standpoint. We put out an annual magazine every year, so we love telling all the stories of the businesses in the community there. This year, our 2019 issue is focused on our members that have super sales within the organization, that they just have superior sales experience. Bartlett just has so many gems. I think a lot of people don't know how many businesses are in Bartlett. For instance, Brother is out here. St. Francis and Methodist is also a member. We have American Paper Optics. They are the people that made the Eclipse glasses. There's Eclipse all around the world, and they supply these glasses. They supply the 3D glasses for movie theaters. Just so many good businesses here.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You focus more with the Bartlett businesses or throughout Memphis, Tennessee, or only the Bartlett area? Since it's the Bartlett Area Chamber.
Yes, we are the Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce, and our focus is Bartlett and building the community. However, Bartlett is bigger than the area. We do interchange and have a lot of activity with Lakeland, Arlington. They have their own chambers too, but we call ourselves the Bartlett area. Our community is the 10th largest city in Tennessee, Bartlett itself. It's a population of 65,000. So we do interact with an area. outside of ourselves, but our focus is Bartlett business.
Good. Again, Miss Suzanne Gibson, she's the Marketing Director of Communication at the Bartlett Area of Chambers. And I want to thank her for her time, and I want to thank her for stopping by and telling us about the Women Expo. And
Thank you,
we're
Brenda.
going to talk with a couple of other ladies that's here, and I will introduce them. We're going to take a break, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. We have here with us now Miss Teresa Griffith. She's going to be also involved with the Women Connection Expo that's going to be at the Agri Center with Miss Suzanne Gibson. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. And she's the development officer at First South Financial here in
Bartlett.
Tennessee, and she's going to tell us why she got started with this expo.
Well, First South is very happy to be a sponsor of the Women's Connection Luncheon and Expo. We have been a strong advocate for the Bartlett Chamber for years. With this particular expo, I asked Suzanne if it was okay if maybe we could add a component into the format that brought educational component to the expo. So we wanted to bring some topics for women, to educate them on maybe, and be in an environment that's very casual, very free-flowing. You know, when you're out shopping, you know, you run into people and you ask them about this, you ask them about that. It's much easier to have some of those conversations. So with financial services or medical services, you might have those questions that you don't remember to ask when you're in an office applying for a loan or seeing your doctor or seeing your mechanic, that maybe in this kind of environment, those things are going to come to you because you're more relaxed and you can.
What type of topics?
So specifically, First South is going to be offering seminars on Mortgage 101. So what is it that you need to know before you go and apply for a loan and go shop for a house? So there are certain things certain steps you need to take to find out if your financial house is in order. And we're going to talk about some of the red flags that lenders look for, not specifically First South, but any lender. What red flags that maybe you can take the time to clear up before you come and apply, so that it won't delay. Once you find that dream home, you find that place you get your heart set on,
Okay.
and you don't run into some of those roadblocks that's going to prevent you from getting that home. So if you can clear some of that stuff up in advance. We're also going to talk about how much house you can afford, and
Okay.
how you can
That's great.
determine with your specific financial situation how much house you can afford. Because there are a lot of times when you might hear, oh, well, you know, on this salary you can get this kind of
The home, property,
a certain dollar
and they
amount.
can't afford it.
And it's all goes back to everything else that you're spending your money on.
Right.
You know, how much debt do you currently have? Are you putting your kids through school? So what are your other expenses as well? So we're going to talk about some of that as well.
Okay.
Then we've got a presentation that we're doing on credit.
Okay.
What is credit? How do I get it? How do I know if it's good or bad? What is my credit score? What does that score mean? How do I get a copy of my credit report? Who has access to my credit report? What is on
That's
it?
great.
What's not on it?
That's great.
So we're going to explain, kind of take that mystery out of that whole credit genre and be there to answer questions.
So will you have like a 101 conversation? Will they be able to like come there and just have a seat in a conversation with you if they have an issue or a problem? Is it going to be a setup like that, or?
It's more going to be in a seminar format.
Okay, okay.
But we will be there after the presentation to be able to talk with anybody
Any
one-on-one.
questions they have?
And some of that we may have to take back into the branch and answer questions, but we are generally very open to helping someone read their credit report if they get a copy of it for their annual credit report, they are able to bring it into us, and we'll help them decipher if they have any questions.
You guys also have a great setup for opening accounts. Is that right? Open bank accounts there at your bank. Is that correct?
At the credit union, we have
At the credit union.
we can open accounts. We'll be able to open accounts on site, and people will also be able to go online. They could do that anytime. Open an account online, and we're very happy to be able to do that. So we can answer any of those kinds of questions as well. Credit unions are very unique in the financial industry. We are not for profit. We are financial cooperatives. So what that means is it's all of us pooling our money together and then deciding if you come to us and say you need $200, and somebody else comes to us and say they need $5,000, and somebody else, and if we've got it in this bucket, we're all agreeing that this money out of this bucket, that if you tell us, that we think you're going to pay us back, we're gonna give you that loan. And so it's just as simple as that. So with credit unions, because we're not for profit, you typically have lower fees, you typically have lower rates on loans, and higher returns on savings.
Oh, awesome. That's very good. So I know it's really good that you guys would be there and people can talk, because I think people need more financial advice nowadays.
We definitely are in a place where financial literacy is at an all-time low. And what we want to do is bring that financial literacy and financial wellness programs to the work sites and to the individuals. So we're gonna be bringing some of those programs that we take into companies and reduce them so that we can meet the time requirements for these sessions. But also, we offer full-service financial wellness programs to businesses that have 20 or more employees. So we will bring in a comprehensive program where we will survey the employees of companies to find out what is it that they are stressed about. What is it that keeps them up at night? How many times a day do they think about their personal finances? So the stress levels are really high. That leads the companies to have higher turnover, higher medical costs because of the stress, what that stress does to the body. If we can bring in these programs into the businesses and tailor make them for these companies, we offer seminars, we offer one-on-one counseling, we even do coaching to where we will help somebody work through and develop their own personal budget for their family. And we call it a spending plan because people don't like that B word. And give them tips to where they can actually live with it. We're not there to dictate anything. We want people to if they decide they want to, my personal issue is that I buy a Sonic Coke every day. So
Starbucks for me. Starbucks for me.
And for others, it's cigarettes for others. And we're not saying that you can't go and do that if you develop a budget. You're just making yourself aware of where every penny of your income is going.
Right.
And so you make your own decisions about what you want to spend the money on. But too many of us don't really have that plan in place.
Right, because you can think about how much money you can save other than paying for that Starbucks every morning. So, that's great.
Yeah, so we'll help people through these programs and we've got a savings tip program as well. So we will help them with identifying spending leaks. So, so all of those bags of chips that we get from the vending machines or the Sonic Cokes or the Starbucks, just identifying how much of that we're spending all the time so that we can make educated decisions on maybe we don't get it one day.
Thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know everybody's going to come to the expo and get some knowledge of this financial advice because we all need it. We all need it, and we appreciate you. And thank you for stopping by the show.
Thank you, Brenda. Really
thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
First South has the best rates in town on mortgages, car loans, and CDs. Guaranteed. In fact, if your bank has a better rate, we'll beat it. Visit firstsouth.com for details. First South Financial, banking with friends since 1957.
Welcome back. We have our third guest. I have Miss Laura Hess. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brenda.
She's also part of the Women Expo that's going to be involved this weekend with Miss Suzanne Gibson at the Agri Center, and I want to welcome her to the show. She's the Director of Development with Methodist North Hospital here in Memphis, Tennessee. Welcome. So tell me, why did you want to get involved with the luncheon at the Agri Center?
Well, sure. I participate in the Bartlett Area Chamber, and Suzanne Gibson approached me, and I did not hesitate to be involved with anything that helps promote the health and wellness of the community. Methodist North is a small community-based hospital.
Okay.
And we take every opportunity we can to partner with our community members and make sure that they are aware of their health and how can they manage their care at home. And so any opportunity we can to partner with the community and provide health and wellness tips or even hands-only CPR to improve the life of any individual that they're around, that we want to make sure that we...
So what are you guys exactly going to do there at the expo?
Sure. So we will have some speakers. We have
Okay.
nutritionists that will be available to provide tips on developing healthy eating habits. They're
Eating
also
habits. Oh,
going
yes,
to
we need that.
have information for individuals with diabetes, so
Yes,
they can understand.
very important.
What do I need to eat? How often? What, how can I control that? They're going to provide free cookbooks and free recipe cards. So you
great.
can walk away with some ideas for dinner.
How to eat
provide.
healthy. So they'll
to
be
eat
issuing
healthy.
out free cookbooks.
Free cookbooks
Great. I
and recipe
love.
cards. So
love
whichever
that.
you desire, you can choose that. And they're available they will also participate in the seminar, but they will be available for one-on-one if you would like to ask any questions.
Yeah. So you all will be there for any health questions you're talking about. If anybody have any type of questions dealing with their health or their eating habits, somebody will be there to answer all of the questions for them. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Ms. Hass? Good. So she's also a nurse. How many years you been a nurse?
Oh gosh, 21 years.
21
For a really long
years.
time. Yeah,
So-
I've actually been with Methodist. I just celebrated my 30th year with
Well,
Methodist.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I love Methodist. They
Yeah.
are a great organization to work for, and we truly are community driven. And so, this
So
is a
tell
great-
me exactly what you do there with your position, being the Director of Development. What
I'm
do
actually
you do?
the Director of Quality and Performance Improvement Safety.
Okay.
So I actually cover the North and South facilities. I want to ensure that our patients have safe care and that we provide the evidence-based practice and that so for everyone, I consider my team kind of the safety net. We ensure that the patients get the care that they need and that they get it
That's so
timely and
important.
safely, and that our providers are also, we make sure that they are able to easily provide that care and deliver that care. We try to figure out ways that it is the right thing and easy for them to do that
okay.
every day. So
Yeah. Is this your first year getting involved with the Women's Connection Expo? Is this the first year?
this
Or?
is the first year.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you decided that it's a necessity that you guys
It is a
want to.
necessity. Yes, we do. We participate in a lot of health fairs, a lot of church meetings, and we decided that this was a way to reach out on a larger scale to women. So women often ignore their symptoms. They are
You're exactly right.
the healthcare provider for their family, and so they will go with symptoms. They may feel tired all the time, but it's because
Right.
they're always on go.
That's
they're
right.
working. They're taking care of the children, and
And
they're
don't think about their own health. You are right, Ms. Hess. Exactly.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
So we see that they come into the hospital, and by the time they come to us, they've had these symptoms for a while. So we want to make sure that they are armed with knowledge to say, this may be more than just I'm tired from stress, from doing all the errands, and being the provider, healthcare provider, care provider for everyone in their family. And sometimes it's their parents. They're taking care of their parents who are elderly now too, and so they don't have time for themselves. And just want to make sure that they have an annual
annual
screening at their physician. That's a good way to partner with your physician. They know you now, and they can also capture some of these changes that you may see that may be very subtle.
Amazing. That's great. That's great. Great information, great knowledge, a lot of information, pamphlets, seminars. You said everything's going to be right there at the expo. So you guys going to be there both days, Friday and Saturday?
Yes, ma'am.
All day?
All day.
All day.
All day.
You need to be there. Great information. Great information. We're going to take a break right now, and we'll be right back.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What's your favorite movie genre? Comedy, hands down.
Drama. Coffee or tea? I prefer tea.
I prefer coffee.
Jazz.
Pop. Macaroni and cheese.
Anything Mediterranean. Have you ever had a medical emergency? Yes, I had a stroke in 2010.
I had a stroke December 22nd, 2016. The nurse asked me, she said, "Do you have any children?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Okay, Mom, let's get you back to them."
Welcome back. I'm going to continue talking to Ms. Laura Hess from Methodist North Hospital here in Memphis, Tennessee. She's going to be at the Women Luncheon Expo that's going to be at the Agri Center this coming Friday and Saturday. So now, Ms. Hess, tell me the reason why you say it's so important that the women need to be there and talk about a lot of the health issues.
Sure. Women often have uncommon symptoms.
Okay.
So when you think about your heart or even the flu, women will often feel tired, especially cardiac. You feel tired, but you have lots of reasons why you may be tired. You know, you're working, your kids, your husband, a lot of things that you're doing,
Right.
Getting the house ready. So they don't realize that
Right.
maybe I'm tired for other reasons. You may think you have the flu or a cold. A lot of times you have nausea, vomiting with that, and so they ignore those signs. And the longer you wait, your heart's a muscle, so any damage to it, if it's caught early, we can reverse some of it as long as it's not completely damaged. But if you wait, that is not, you can't.
And you know, most women, they try to wait because the women feel like they're the head of the household. You know, they got to make sure the kids go to the soccer. They have to make sure the dinner is full. They have to make sure. So they try to make sure they take care of the husband. They try to make sure everything is A-okay with the family and always neglect themselves.
They do. So they often think, I don't have time for that. But you really need to make time for yourself to be healthy so you can be there to do all of those things.
Women need quiet time, right?
They need quiet time. You need time to relax, de-stress, whatever you can do to
Just go in the
achieve
room.
that.
Just go in the room. Like spend what do you say? An hour, 2 hours to yourself, away from the family.
Sure, however long you
However-
want. I would say 2 hours sounds really good.
2 hours sounds really good. If you can get it in there, 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever will help you relax. So if you like to walk, I love to walk.
I love walking too.
I like to be near water.
Yeah.
Water is very calming.
I do too. I love
So
water.
It is. I love to see the sun reflecting off of the ripples in the water.
That's
that to
me.
me
That's
is
me.
very peaceful and calming, and I can either walk by it or just sit there and look at it, and I'm good. So you need to find, every woman needs to find that, what will help them to relax and calm and take them away so that they can be the best they can be in every aspect of their life.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
stopping by. You need to be there this coming Friday and Saturday at the Agri Center at the Women Luncheon Expo. It's going to be great, people. Thank you for watching BrenNewMedia. If you need any information for BrenNewMedia, you can contact me at BrenNewMedia@gmail.com, and that's BREN New, N-E-W, media, M-E-D-I-A, @gmail.com. Thank you, everybody. Good night.